Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 15th of June of 2025 and it is the 50th time we strap in live on a Sunday with the weekly close. We're going to talk about the closing candle of the week. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? We're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about the overall sentiment. We're going to talk about a lot of things in this stream. So guys, really, I would say strap in. It is good content here. Hello, welcome, and let me know if you're bullish or bearish before we go into the charts. Are you bullish or bearish? I will actually open quickly while we're at it a quick poll. Are you bullish or bearish? I think it's a good sentiment thermometer to see where we're heading as a community. Are bullish or bearish? Bullish, bearish. I mean, just saying hello to everyone right now coming in. MK strapping in here. James as well. Chef is coming in here. And Sanjay as well. And I think Sanjay has the best answer here. He doesn't know. I think that's really how many people feel. Quickly, let's open the charts. Let's open the charts because let's talk about the news really. I need to quickly dim down the music a little bit. Bit more wide bed audio, 80 synthwave. Hope you guys like it. What happened this weekend or this week, I think on Friday, was abysmal. It was bad. It was really bad. A lot of big scares really into the market with the bombings of Iran and also the revenge, I would say, of Iran on Israel. And I think it doesn't help the already bad tensions in the region. And I think the most clear sign of that was what you could see with the oil futures. Oil. Crude oil. You see how quickly that went up. And that doesn't really happen often. Oil is one of those things that has a very steep or not really steep climb. It always goes very, very, very minimal. Thanks also to the OPEC, the oil, I don't know, the oil convention. They together decide if they want to pump more oil, to sell more oil, or if they don't want to get more supply on the market. So anything like this spooks the market. Why? Well, basically everything on this earth requires energy, and still a big part of the energy supply is based on oil. Of course, we have more mix these days. We got solar, we got wind, but it wasn't good. You take a look also at the S&P, SPX. On Friday, it closed, I think, below 6,000 points again. Yeah, you can see here, it went down a little bit, just below 6,000 points. It isn't all too bearish though. It isn't all too bearish, but Bitcoin had a very steep decline. I think we were kind of getting ready for the next leg up. But we went exactly back here to this trend line. You see that? It's really interesting. I don't know if we talked about this on Thursday, but this worked out perfectly. You can really see here that we tested the 50 week. We tested the 50 week. And after that, we closed exactly on this trend line. And we keep closing on this trend line. So I would say, like, from a bullish point of view, yeah, we're still in an uptrend. Higher highs. Higher highs. So if next week we get a bit of resolution, we get maybe a deal, or I don't know what's going to happen in Iran. I don't know what's going to happen in Gaza. I don't know what's going to happen in Ukraine, guys. It's very, very speculative. But I would say the structure is still intact for Bitcoin, but also for Cronos. And let me show that to you, not on this chart. Bones saying sell, that means buy. Oh man, if I would listen to what my brain says to me sometime, or not my brain, my heart. I'm getting heart attacks. This is like a heart attack candle here to me. But you can see that we basically have the same close here as only 2 weeks ago. This was the end of May. This was the end of May here. So we were testing where we were before, only 2 weeks ago. And where would you go? Yeah, we also had a wick below this line here. But we also still found some support here on this trend line, which I found very interesting. So will we go back to 10 cents? I think we can easily go back. You see, these ranges here have very little resistance. So here, we went there in no time. But also the opposite, of course, happened. We went from 10 cents to 9 cents also within no time. At 9 cents, though, we find some support, which is nice. So will we test 7 cents again, Sanjay is asking. I don't think so. The reason for that is also that we are very close here to the rainbow chart outer rim. You can see it almost touched it. It almost touched it. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised though if we fall a little bit lower. Let's say next week, there's no resolution in sight. The SPX drops back to maybe the 50 week as well. Maybe we see something like this happen. That would be, by the way, really bad for the S&P, but things like that do happen. If we do something like that, then I do see also Bitcoin going down a bit lower. Some people say 97. I think if we go to 103 already, that would be quite a scare. That could bring CRO down to the outer rim. Outer rim, 8.8 cents. This week, though, we're going to close at about 9 cents. John, welcome. Hello, strapped in, blessings. So am I panicking? Not really. Beans, welcome as well. It's unfortunate though. It's really unfortunate because I think the last stream we talked about Ethereum, and I think Ethereum is the real talk here. So previously we had a bit of a different chart. We had actually more like this here. A beautiful breakout we saw. But unfortunately, that has invalidated by now. That chart pattern has invalidated, so we cannot longer speak really of this flag pattern. Now we're more trading in a parallel channel, which is also very interesting. So here we can see it is going up, and this is so far a bullish parallel channel. But we're still waiting for the breakout. And I think this will be crucial. This trend line here that we talked about on Thursday as well. It's going to be so important. We did get a bit of Solana pumping though. Ooh, okay. Didn't really check that. Let me check. Oh, you also ordered the phone, Chef. I also got the Solana phone, the Solana Seeker. I'm not really a Solana user. The last time, every time I want to use Solana, the network was down back in 2021. So, like from a technical point of view, I wasn't really impressed by Solana. And if like the technical side didn't really convince me, then yeah. These are the futures, by the way. Let me go back to Sol USDT or something. Oh, okay, nice. Plus 5%. Plus 5% on the day. Do you see what this looks like? Do you see what this looks like? It looks a bit like a W. Down, up, double. This is a double bottom here. So I think Solana could be back at 190 within the next, what would you say? I would say it could be back within like June, maybe beginning of July. Exciting for Solana. Do we have something similar? Not really for these are daily charts, by the way. Maybe. No, not really. We can't really say the same for CRO. CRO is a different story, guys. Bitcoin, I don't know. No W pattern really. Is it possible to have a good summer, or are we not expecting any kind of alt season until Q4 now? I was really thinking about this a lot, Jay Smith. I was thinking a lot about this because I was like, we should be so much further ahead, shouldn't we? We should be so much further ahead. But then I was thinking back of the previous cycle, and where were we about at this time after the halving? Well, I think the best example would be about here. We also went down to about 10 cents or even lower, 8 cents. We're kind of exactly, by the way, at where we should be if we repeat the previous cycle. This is, I should be correct here. I think we had the halving of 2020 in March of 2020. Yeah, about here. I think this is give or take the halving. And I should be looking this up, but since then it took about 46 weeks to start the next bull run. Halving happened in May of 2024. May of 2024. I need to check if I can find it. May of 2024. About here. 44 weeks. It's in this direction somewhere. So we are not much different than where we were really in 2021. I can say that much at least. Like, of course, the exact week might be a bit different, but also remember that in 2021, about at 40, 50 weeks, about at a year after the halving, we were trading at about 9 cents. Only 6 months later, all-time high, 10x. Hey, Stacy. Hunkered down in Kuwait. What's happening in Kuwait? What's up? Waiting for my card stake unlock. I don't know if CDCB can be trusted anymore, unfortunately. I think nothing much has changed. I think it is typical CDC behavior, in my personal opinion. What changed for you, Mr. Conundrum? Is it the... I don't know how long you have been with CDC. I've been with them since 2019. Since 2019. You know, I don't know, Stacy. I think nothing is different than really what we saw in 2021. The only big difference being that, of course, we've had a crazy amount of inflation. We've had a crazy amount of inflation since 2021, the peak. So $1 in 2021 is currently like equal to $1.20. So just to compensate for inflation, if you want to go back to the previous all-time high, we shouldn't be thinking about $1, but $1.20, just to get the same amount of buying power. Oh, are they flying with drones in the Kuwait airspace? I didn't know that. Stacy, take it easy. Take it easy. I hope you enjoy the indoor time. I hope I can make it a bit easier for you. Oh, that's so bad, man. The major unburn gives me doubts. Well, let's quickly talk about that in that case, because we had an AMA, and in the AMA, Mirko, lead of Cronos, they talked about my videos, and I find it really interesting is that in those videos I was talking about this here. This is the treasury. This is the Cronos strategic reserve, and nothing moved. We got 2.3 billion CRO in there. It's still there. Not a single dime has been spent yet. So, I don't know. You know, it helped. It helped with getting a higher market cap. That so far worked. It worked. So, we got, I think, a top 35 position now. That kind of worked. Other than that, though, it's doing nothing. If it's only really for the higher market cap, for the better rank visibility, it's a bit of a strange move, but I don't know. I don't really see anything happening this cycle, like majorly inflating the supply, like really from a locked point of view, because people can say this is really inflation, but this isn't inflation. Like if you take a look at the actual price equilibrium, like the formula, it doesn't take a look at what's theoretically available. It looks what is actually available now. Like if you have a I don't know, a market for cattle, for example, it will only take a look at that cattle available there. Like if you have 10 cows, 10, I don't know, crazy cows, it will take a look at if you want to buy those 10 crazy cows in correlation to the 20 other cows in that space. This is a crazy example, by the way, but of course there's a lot more better cows maybe available somewhere else in the world, but for that price equilibrium there, for that specific auction, they will really take a look at those 10 cows are great. The other 20 cows, I want to get those 10 cows. That's also why the price of those 10 cows would be higher, even though one village further, you might have the same 10 great cows. So price equilibrium, like from a theoretical point of view, does take a look at what's actually available and not what's sitting in a wallet that does nothing. The move makes CRO even more centralized. In all honesty, it has always been very centralized. And there's nothing wrong per se with that. I mean, I bought in before the Cronos chain. I bought in just for the, for the Visa cards. And then it was available on the ETH chain. It was available on the ETH chain. I don't know exactly what smart contract they used back then, but also I think there was like a mint. There was like a mint function in there. You always had to really rely on what Crypto.com was going to do, but also trust them a little bit in that regard. It's a big trust me bro, but for me personally, it's the same. I don't really like the decentralized, how's it called? Decentralized versus centralized argument, because to be very frank, there are very, very, very many chains that are not decentralized at all. But honestly, though, Mr. Conundrum, it's okay to have your own opinion, though. But I have different arguments that might, yeah, validate my opinion, of course. No doubt CDC will be successful, but CRO, I don't think so anymore. I think they have to. Guys, let me quickly remind you that we just launched a crazy amount of new credit cards. And I think Bjorn just mentioned them. Does anyone know when the debit cards came out for CDC? 2018, we got the first Monaco cards. Monaco. Basically the same. They rebranded it to Visa, to Crypto.com. So then 2018... until 2021 for the real bull market. 3 years. Kim did a video about Chris tweeting about 10x speed. Yeah, the speed, the cost. I don't think that Chris doesn't mind about, you know, success of the token. But the thing is, success has to be achieved in multiple ways, not only price. Also, what John mentions here, like technical success. It needs to become more up to date. But in the end, you have a lot of customers that use Crypto.com. They get cash back in the CRO token. They had to buy the CRO token to use their platform. And in all honesty, like the debit card and the credit cards now and the whole level up program, it is one big loyalty program. It is. The same as that if you want to go with any American bank for a credit card, often you need to spend so much or do this with them or have this with them. It's one big loyalty thing. And of course, loyalty has to come from both ways, right? You reward me and I reward you. And the best way to reward your users is to get up the price of the thing they need to buy at your place. Anyways, I also hope I'm right, Mr. Conundrum. I hope I'm right. Let's take a quick peek, guys, at the poll. So far, what are you guys saying regarding bullish or bearish? You guys are not really bearish. 77% is still bullish. Guys, we went down 10%. When are you guys getting bearish? No, but the same here, right? I think it's still possible that next week we might have a slight dump, even though I think this is sufficient. We had a test here of the outer band, the outer range. But if you do something like this, same old, same old. Unfortunately, we're now below again the 21 week. So best case scenario, the last few hours of the week, we're gonna pump a little bit. I want to go just a little higher. Just a little, like 3%. Yes, please. Sanjay saw that. He saw the tweet by Chris talking about Cronos again. Cronos chain. I'm thinking about picking up some Lion. Looks like a good entry. Hopefully it won't die like my other investments in Cronos. I think Lion is the best performing Cronos token ever. It has a team. It has a roadmap. The Lion oh, this is not the Lion token. There are many Lion tokens. Loaded Lion, that's the one. It's it dumped quite a bit. Like from a technical point of view, it's really hard to talk about a token with this little history. But you can see that we are basically back here at those levels. So the case is to be made that maybe we reverse from this point onward. Hello, hello, hello. Probably hit $1. I think so. I think so. Hey, Jorge. Welcome from Los Angeles. Hello, hello, hello. Los Angeles, man. You never hear about Los Angeles until something is very wrong. I hope you guys are doing fine there. Jeez Louise, man. National Guard. It's crazy stuff. Hope you're doing good. Did you watch the Merker AMA recently? Yeah, if anyone is wondering, last Thursday, we also had a stream. We basically did a complete recap of the whole AMA. So if you are wondering, what was this AMA about? I do have a stream on Thursday. You can check it out. It's called like Cronos AMA recap something. So yes, I watched it. Well, Merker was asked about the quarterly burn, didn't even respond to it. Are you disappointed at the AMA? Nah, I think the overall Fade Jesus is that he didn't really talk about the 70 billion, and it's okay. He did like the corporate talk there. He did the corporate talk. He only referred to me as my channel, but the burn, it's still not fleshed out fully, I guess. It's on the roadmap, and the roadmap will have some shifts. He talked about the other burn. He talked about the 50 million burn. And I think we talked about this on Thursday as well. I think he said, well, the 50 million burn doesn't really do what it was supposed to do. And I was like, hell no, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. The 50 million burn was there to reduce inflation. The whole chain, it was moving too fast. Like from a technical point of view, guys, let me quickly explain this. From a technical point of view, if you have like the chain running, we create blocks. And the chain was running too quickly, and therefore it created more blocks than expected. And that doesn't sound like a big thing, right? I mean, no, it's quick, it's fast, that's good. And it's okay, but every block that we create has also a reward attached to it. So the amount of rewards also is not infinite, it's actually finite. Therefore, it was actually speeding up the way we were rewarding more than we expected beforehand. Therefore, more inflation, of course. So what they were going to do was, okay, we know we're not going to slow down the chain. That makes no sense. Instead, we're going to burn 50 million every quarter or every once in a while. So we actually have the same kind of inflation. Brilliant idea. I mean, it's a simple solution for a simple, well, potentially a problematic, a hard technical thing to really tackle. So it exactly does what it wants to do. Now some people are suggesting, well, can we not like use the 50 million to spend it on like projects or give it away, or I don't know. And I was like, yeah, you can do that, but why? Why? It's okay though. I get it. They want to experiment, and that's all good. That's all good. Huge Crow fan. But exchange charges set fee of 0.0004 when I would draw Bitcoin to external wallet, which is about 30. Too high, forcing me to use another chain. Am I missing something, or if so, could you do a video how to show this cheaper way? I think if you use, there's like this different token called CDC BTC. It is the, can I show this? Give me one sec. CDC BTC. It's the crypto.com version of Bitcoin. It's a wrapped Bitcoin. What do you want to do with it? That's the question though, Emma. So here, I will show it to you. I will show it to you. Crypto.com wrapped Bitcoin, CDC BTC. Yeah, long name. Well, it's a token wrapped by Crypto.com, which is backed one-to-one with native Bitcoin. So you can use that, for example, for DeFi, and you can store it yourself. The only thing, of course, it's not like true Bitcoin, but it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. And it's like a one-to-one backing. So if you trust Crypto.com, then I think it's okay. The good thing about Crypto.com, what I really like, guys, is that they are quite transparent. I don't know if you've seen the Merkle tree. So Merkle tree is basically proof of reserves. There's a proof of reserve, so you can see, does Crypto.com actually hold a one-to-one backing or more of my token? And you can check out, yeah, they have my token. So I kind of believe that if you buy this, they hold on to it, but there's always risk. There's always risk, and it's also what they always will say. Here it says though, yeah, you can see the external wallet or DeFi wallet. I don't know exactly what the fee is. Here you can see the withdrawal fee of Bitcoin via the Cronos chain is currently waived. So this is free. That's kind of nice, isn't it? That's kind of nice. I like it. You're welcome, Emma. No worries. Yeah, sometimes you have to go through some weird places to find solutions, but I also find $30 a bit high. And I think it's a good thing you try to do the self-custody. Self-custody. Good stuff, guys. Chev is buying Bitcoin directly on Ledger Live. I don't know what service Ledger uses. I have no clue. Is it still profitable to play main city? Well, depends, I guess. I wouldn't say so. I spent a lot of money on main city, and I haven't like earned it back. I don't know what's like the return on investment there. So far, it's been a very expensive hobby for me. I think though, some people said to me, well, you have to just sell more businesses, and the more you start selling, the more you will earn. So, hey, Justin, welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. But yeah, the AMA, I'm not disappointed. I was listening to Elder Cole Spaces earlier, and he was basically saying that he knows that they were not going to answer everything. Like, also talking about the relationship with Crypto.com and Cronos, he knew that he was not going to answer everything like fully transparently. Unfortunate, guys, it's how it is. It's typical corporate talk. But he didn't want to really stall on that as well. He had, I think, 70 or 80 questions. So he was like, okay, I'm going to ask it. You have the chance to answer it as much as you like to, and we move on. And I think it's an okay strategy. It's also the first time Mirko did an AMA. The first time he had like hundreds of listeners. So I think it's okay that we start a bit softer, man. It's a bit softballing, I agree, but overall it was a good AMA. It's, for me, the most important takeaway of the whole AMA is not per se that he skipped certain questions. I think that was, yeah, I don't know, not the best, but also I understand, right? But the most important thing for me personally is that he's just very communicative. He can talk, he can answer, he can listen. Maybe not always like very transparently, but at least he's doing something. Uses MoonPay. Hey Crumpet, welcome. Okay, then we also have Bitcoin dominance, and I hate to bring it to you guys, but I might have been wrong, but I also might be right. We've been talking about this every time, and every time it goes into this exact range, and then it goes back. And also today, it kind of went back. So what I'm hoping for, at least in the next few days, is that maybe Solana, maybe Ethereum, they get some more strength again. I really hope Ethereum will make this attempt of really going up again. But there's also still this gap here. I see this gap. I don't know if it will completely fill it. But yeah, you know, that's kind of what I'm waiting for now. Will we have this retest here on a trend line before we go up again? If so, Bitcoin dominance might be heading back again to where it came from, so at this trend line. Or we might be testing this line once more as well. You can see here we are setting higher highs. Higher highs for Bitcoin dominance. If it's going to fall though, it can be so glorious. Like, that's the question. I think somebody asked, can we see like a Q3 or like a big summer fun time really for Cronos for Bitcoin? I think it's possible, but it kind of depends on what Bitcoin dominance is going to do. We were so close, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, we were so close. I still think that this flip from Ethereum above this trend line, like if it cements at support, so I needs to be there, and also I would say maybe have a retest. That would be the best case. A bit like here, right? So for Ethereum, we test it, go up, go down a bit more, like have another retest, like in the best case scenario, or more like here. So we go up, set like a crazy new high, test it down again, set a high, go down again, like more like that. Ethereum is the kingmaker now for altcoins. Crypto Runner, welcome. Hello, boys and one girl. I've actually seen quite a few girls, Mr. Runner. They might not be here live, but they're watching. They're watching. So hello to all the ladies here in the house. All the ladies. Anyone is here for, I think, for the eventual financial freedom. I hope, at least. It's good to see that Solana is pumping, because Solana is also one of the major altcoins. Same for BNB. Of course, we've got XRP as well. I'm not really a big XRP guy. Yeah, the crypto ladies are in the house. Welcome, Mr. Runner. Mr. Runner. It's a typical guys that I don't know. I think we were almost there, right? We were almost there, having this true reversal, and then we get the bombing in Israel and Iran. Every time I've seen this meme, every time we're getting so close, it's this thing or that thing. It's a tariff. I think actually, wait, let's go back to ETH. Yeah, you can see ETH really tumbled. Typically, I would expect ETH to have a good retest here to really go up again. But then, yeah, we got the Trump tariffs. So yeah. So far, though, it's a crazy recovery. Ooh, Runner's ordering a credit card. Could you remember us? Which tier did you get? You think tomorrow will be a sell-off Monday? Well, we have this gap, so potentially. Having said that, though, like this is also quite good. Like where we are currently, like on the daily chart, and also how we close the week, of course. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So for Bitcoin, maybe like a short-term drop, but I think we might close the day tomorrow even above this line. Ah, the J green one. Did you go for the purple one instead this time, maybe? I unfortunately cannot order the credit card. So good news though, I will be doing reviews anyway of these cards. I can't show them physically, but I will do the review to see at what point it makes sense to get like a tier, because I think it makes sense to, like, the more you spend like in real life, or the more you have like in assets like stocks or anything, the easier it is to recommend like the rose gold or indigo, or maybe if you have a bit less, the jade green, or in the jade green, indigo, rose gold, icy white. I mean, and in some situations, you know, just don't use anything else at midnight. I mean, in some cases it makes the most sense. So I will be doing the review. I will be doing like a deep dive into like a real life scenario, take a look at like average spending, average household stock holdings, average, like from the average American point of view. So that will differ, of course, for anyone, but also like what's the optimal, like this is like the person that should be ordering an icy white or a jade green or anything like that. That's kind of the plan. For example, what's kind of cool, and I think like the crypto runners ordering the credit cards now, those credit cards will have uncapped rewards, and that's crazy. It's the same as the icy white currently has regarding debit cards. And the uncapped rewards can really make a difference. So if anyone remembered, I bought a car. I have a video, I bought a car. And thanks to the uncapped rewards, I got like $2,000 of cash back on the card. And also I'm getting married. I want to pay, of course, with the card. So I still hope that at least the marriage will partially pay back for itself. I will get the purple if they let me. Good question, actually, if you can get... have you ordered the physical one already? Oh, you just did the application. Okay, I think once it has been approved, you have to go to the actual order screen, and then... I don't know if you can choose. That's a good question. I think you choose in the level up already. Jealous UK resident. Ooh, we're getting below now. Bitcoin is dumping a little bit. Just a little bit. We're down below the line again. Just a little bit. Not too bad though, not too bad. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is going down today again. It's like clockwork, so I don't know. I said to you guys, this might be it, or this might be it, or this might be it. At this pace, we might be touching this Bitcoin dominance line for a lot more times. It's crazy though, because it happened a few times here. Like you can see many retests. 1, 2, 3 really of this line. Not even this one. But now it has been like for how many weeks already? How many days? For 27 days. For basically the whole month, we've been battling this line. And that's kind of new. That's also why I thought, okay, we had about 3 tests here of the line. So I think after 3 tests, I was like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to break down. But we have 6 already so far. So I quickly wanna go back though to this stream specifically, because you might have heard that this is the 50th edition so far of the weekly close. So guys, don't forget to really strap in. However, 50 weeks ago, we're in 2024. We're in May of 2024, and we just let me quickly go back in time with you guys so we can share my thought process. So let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. In May, or yeah, that was just after the halving event. Just after the halving event of Bitcoin. May 2024. Where is it? About here. We're at about $70,000. And yeah, we dipped down all the way to 50 in August. People were scared. People were panicking. I wasn't. In that time now, Bitcoin has done like a 2x. Bitcoin has done like a 2x. So anyone holding Bitcoin, good on you. Then for Cronos, let's go back to about 50 weeks ago. Let's use this chart for now. It's a bit easier. May of 2020. May of 2020. Oh man, we were at about 17 cents when we started this this live stream thing. So I think also at that time I was thinking, okay, Bitcoin has quite a bit of momentum. We might be able to go to higher bands as well. But clearly it didn't. We had a bit of, I think, fate here in the Trump bump in November of 2024. But so far it's really playing out, and it's hard to see on this specific chart, but like we are at the same price as back in 2021 when we just were ready to we were just getting ready for the last pump. That doesn't seem that way because this is a, how do you call it? This chart is only increasing. That's why the rainbow is only going up. It's only going up. But yeah, we are at the same price as just before the pump here. So am I really scared? Am I really scared? So far, it's basically exactly the same as what we have experienced regarding cycles, really, of Bitcoin Cronos. Also here, we did see that like 9 cents for Cronos. Where was Bitcoin? Where was Bitcoin in March of 2024? Not 2024. What is it? June of 2021. June of 2021. Bitcoin was about 33,000. That's the only scary thing, though, that Bitcoin is like at a very high level, at about 105 currently, $105,000, and here had a big collapse, and also that's also why Cronos crashed down. This is the one. This time around, though, it's just going so slow. It's going so slow. So definitely, it's a different cycle. That's also why overall CRO Bitcoin has been going down. Overall, CRO Bitcoin has been going down. But it doesn't mean that Cronos in the dollar cannot go up like crazy. We talked about this a bit earlier, guys, but remember inflation. Remember inflation. Like the 9 cent CRO of here, like from a value point of view, is not the same 9 cents as the 9 cent CRO here. I think 10 cents CRO is closer to 9 cent CRO of 2021. Even more, I think it's about 11 cents. Inflation has been a true game changer, really, though, for wages. So I don't know if you guys experience the same, but I've seen inflation and I've seen wages go up like crazy. Especially in the Netherlands, we have seen a lot of wage stagnation. So when the floodgates opened for inflation, also a lot of employers were like, sure thing, we can increase wages. We can increase wages to compensate for everything getting more expensive. But yeah, it's been so far quite crazy. Still, we have quite a big wage growth, so people have more money. But unfortunately, also things get more expensive. As Karl is saying, we got max 2 months away from top. I would say 6 months. What did we talk about this? It's a different chart. It's a different chart, guys. Bitcoin, Bitstamp. This is the one. You can't see the screen? This is the one we talked about. This is the one we talked about. We expect an all-time high in about September. That was based on a previous cycle. But cycles do rhyme. So maybe we're like 2 months late. Maybe we're 2 months early. In that case, Karl is exactly right, of course. But this is really where you see where we are in the cycle. It says here, start of CRO Bull 2. Based on the previous cycle, right? Just based on the previous cycle. It was kind of right for the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is running like clockwork. Maybe a bit late, but it's about right. But yeah, Bitcoin Crow Bull 2 should be starting about now. It should have been, maybe it has started already. We don't know, of course. We're still in an uptrend. Maybe I can actually bring this one up as well. You can see it's actually, if you extend this line, it's actually really interesting to see where it's currently at about 9 cents. Really interesting. It's both a touch here on this trend line and also on this line, and you can see it's really trying to hold on. That's really why TA is interesting, and I didn't even notice myself yet, but it's very interesting. Chef got the Visa debit card. He got the Indigo. Nothing wrong with a good Indigo. I myself personally, I upgraded from Indigo to the IC White. I currently have no like active level up program stake for the IC White. I don't like to go back to the previous tier because, as I mentioned, uncapped rewards. Currently, I got uncapped rewards on the IC White. If you go one tier lower, you get the capped rewards. I think it's a decent cap, but like I mentioned, I'm getting married. I will have some quite high spending months, so I won't be. I want the uncapped rewards. Crypto Runner is working towards the IC White as well. It's a good goal, man. It's a really good goal. Do you think Tonic has any chance? Tectonic. Been silent, hasn't it, Mr. Askar? The question is, I think, will Ampli is a platform. I might be able to look it up here. Ampli. No. Ampli is a platform on ZK EVM that also does lending. They might favor the new platform because I think Tonic is available here, I believe. Tonic USD, Tectonic. The chart it's ugly. It's very ugly. And only going down. Only going down. Ouch. Crazy to see though the top. It's interesting, guys, though, that often when we see a launch of any token on the Cronos chain, on the Crypto.com exchange, it is basically the top, because this is not the real launch of the Tonic token. No, the real Tonic token I think launched, I think about here somewhere on the chain, and it went up and up and up and up and up, and then it got a launch as well on the exchange. I might be wrong here, but I think it played out something like that. IC White is only 10x from here. True. If you bought in at about that price. The thing is, if we get any typical altcoin season, like we have seen in 2021 or 2017, or I don't know, I think that was the real first altcoin season. If you get anything like that, like a 10x, it should be peanuts. It should be peanuts. I didn't expect that Ethereum will make a 10x. I think Ethereum will go to like 15x, 15,000, somewhere in that range, 10 to 15,000. So Ethereum can do like a 5x. But then smaller altcoins with a lot lower market cap, like, I don't know, Cronos, but also other tokens, like, for example, the BGB token or Gate token, or I don't know. There are a lot of tokens in this space, of course. They can all do quite well. Yeah, but I would have expected though that Cronos, based on my experience here, would have been a lot further than that. But still, it's a strange cycle. But everything is still playing out as I kind of expected it to play out. It's unfortunate. Every time we have a good break, that something happens in this world. So again, this guys, this will be the most important chart for the next weeks to come. If you want to have a good DeFi summer or bull summer, altcoin summer, or however you want to call it, ETHUSD will be the big chart to look at. How are you guys doing, by the way, regarding bullishness? We have this poll open now. 43 votes. 79% saying bullish. Only 21% saying bearish. If anyone is in the chat here, and just in general, let me know why you're bearish if you're still here. Because I like to hear the arguments. I really like to hear the arguments because I think there's definitely a lot of cases to be made to be bearish. For example, people saying that, no, you know, it's over. Altcoins, it's over. It's Bitcoin only from this point onwards. We got the ETF, cycles are different. You know, I think it's too early to call. If we enter 2026 and we still see no movement for Bitcoin and we create a higher high, maybe it's over for altcoins. But, you know, until the fat lady sings, there is still definitely potential for altcoin season because we've had it twice so far. So why wouldn't we get it again? And also I think it makes sense, like from a fundamental point of view. Money flows into Bitcoin. The higher Bitcoin goes, the more risky it becomes. And Ethereum, though, the number 2 token, the second best, at a relatively low price point. Talking about Peanut, I'm down almost 80%. A stupid decision I made. Learn from it, though. I hope the lesson is worth the 80% loss. Peanut, though, I don't know if you got the NFTs as well, Chef, but wait, with Peanut, is that like the scroll token? Like the scroll that got killed? Or is that the no, that's nuts. You got nuts on the Cronos chain. They're still working on that platform, so we were talking about Main City earlier, but the nuts token, they released an NFT. The NFT you can use, I think, within Main City to get some boosts. I just started investing in CRO this year. Hey, welcome, Kyan. At what price did you buy in, if I may ask? I love. By the way, I've been baiting a bit on Twitter lately and also on Reddit. It's a fun fact, but I made this tweet. The golden age for Cronos proposal that also included the 70 billion burn. Since then, we only went up regarding price. We only went up. The people are saying, well, inflation, more tokens. But the price is only going up. Yeah, it's called Peanut the Squirrel, yeah. Sad story, though. You bought it in at about 10 cents. I think we're down a little now, but I think in about like 6 months' time, you might be a very happy kind. You might be very happy. Take a look here at the rainbow chart. We're still in the green band, so anything buying within this zone, I think, is still a decent buying opportunity. The fair value for CRO is sitting at 45 cents. 43 cents as we speak. 43 cents. So everything below is still the discount zone. This is the ultimate discount, guys. But so close here to the lower edge of the rainbow zone. So we might close the week at about 9 cents, guys. I don't know exactly, of course. Let's ask the 8-ball. Mr. 8-ball, will we close the week below 9 cents? It's a bit come on, 8-ball. It's hard to read, guys. It's very dark in here. I don't know if you guys use 8-balls, but I think they require a bit of light. Unlikely, okay? It's unlikely that we will close the week below 9 cents for CRO. It's slightly a red today. You can see here on the Assetwatch. It's a slightly red day. Mr. Jolus is saying, I don't think the bull run is never going to be the same because of the move towards adoption of Bitcoin, ETFs, and also social acceptance. I don't know about social acceptance though, Mr. Joe. The thing is that I heard so many people talk about it like 4 years ago, and now it's like super silent. When your taxi driver, the people that do your haircut, when they're talking again about Bitcoin, yeah, we can talk about social acceptance, but it's still so niche. It's still so niche. The people that now play Roblox, the people that now buy V-Bucks for Fortnite, those are the investors of tomorrow, and I think those are also the generation that will talk about investing in Bitcoin as, I don't know, investing into... You know what the thing is? I think pension funds in about 20 years with the new generation, they will be investing like crazy in Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is still seen as a very risky asset. And it is. Anyone saying that we won't go down as much as we did, I think that's foolish to say. We went up. We went up about how many times? This is the wrong chart here. Currently, we're up about 500%. We're up about 500%. So also strategy. I think they started buying Bitcoin here. So Michael Saylor. And they were starting to buy Bitcoin about here, I think. And they went down as much as 50% on their holdings. They were getting close to liquidations as well. They were getting very close to liquidations. But they didn't. They didn't. And now they're a massive profit. They're a massive profit strategy. So the ETFs, yeah, you might be right in that part. It's definitely a game changer, but still it's not, I think, yet to the levels of social acceptance that we need. It's becoming less and less of a big nerd thing though, which is good. If you take a look at also, I think the best way to see what has changed so far, take a look at like the early day Bitcoin conferences, and the late day Bitcoin conferences. Like the last Bitcoin conference that we have seen was like one mainstream big event. Like we had dancers, we had I don't know, talkers, and in the early days it was only nerds. We saw, I think, still pictures of Vitalik, the creator of Ethereum, going to the Bitcoin conference in like 2014 or something like that. Back then he was, I don't know if you guys know it, but the creator of Ethereum, he was one of the first people that created the Bitcoin magazine. So yeah, Vitalik is a big believer in blockchain, big believer in the tech also, but also a big Bitcoin person. What do you think Cronos will be in 5 years? I think Cronos will be a chain. It will be a token. 5 years is hard to say. I've got my rainbow chart. And in 5 years' time, it's the rainbow chart needs to change. So unfortunately, I can't really say anything yet about the 5-year time frame. It's too far away. Welcome, Sir Penny. Welcome. You got a new 8-ball. No. This is my trusted 8-ball. Has been my worthy assistant for years now. Welcome, JP. Do you like XRP? I don't hold any myself, to be honest. I don't hold any myself. I think it already had a big pump, so I like to look at different tokens which have, I would say, a better perspective. So, for example, CRO, easy 10x. Will XRP see a 10x? I doubt it. 10x to $20? That's a hard buy, guys. A hard buy. Crow with Knives building. NDA. Ooh. Yeah, the normal people are still missing, aren't they? They are missing. That's the thing, right? Like the teachers, the haircut guy. I've been talking, so if you guys know, I had a broken shoulder, so I'm still getting back into movement therapy. I don't know how it's called in English, but I've been talking a bit about Bitcoin with the guy. Yeah, I've heard about it, but don't care, don't really, and people really still are in that phase. You can feel it. It's also, if you take a look at Google Trends, nothing is really showing any retail interest yet. Welcome, Joseph. Can I just buy and hold Interlude, or do I have to play the game? You can buy the token. You don't have to invest in it. By the way, while we're talking about Interlude, this will be the final stream sponsored by them. So thank you guys. You guys helping me throughout the month to get some sandwiches as well. To be able to drink some tea. So thanks, guys. It was a good partnership. Game has been fun. We'll definitely be in double digits in dollars. I hope so in 2030. I definitely hope so, but I also doubt it. I think if XRP can do it, that will be a crazy step already. Will XRP go to $5 and to $10 in 2025? I don't know. You've seen the moves Crypto.com has been doing in the infrastructure. In the AMA, they start investing more into ambassadors, marketing, RWA, marketing. I think things will really start ramping up from this point onward. Yeah, it's also, I do believe, like, the infrastructure, and specifically for Cronos, of course, it needed an update. And marketing needed an update. Everything needs an update. It needs to be better. Like, simply said, it's not good enough. Take a look at Coinbase, take a look at that base chain. It is just way more popular, and they need to get into that same position. If Base can do it, Cronos Chain can do it as well. Just take a look at how they did it. How many Americans are there these days? Joseph, I think about 60%. 60% of the viewers are Americans. But during the lives, I don't know exactly. Top 5 coins, excluding Crow Bitcoin. It might surprise you, but I don't hold any Bitcoin at the moment. I sold them all. Like I think I told in a video at some point, Crow Bitcoin. Let me check if I can find it. At a point, Crow Bitcoin, it crossed the line. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. Oh. By the way, the W pattern for the Crow Bitcoin is still in play here. It's a bit more broad, but that's fine. I think this is where I sold my. Here I went into Crow Bitcoin. I went from Bitcoin to Crow. The top 5. I got a whole video with my portfolio, Chef. I can already say though that Lion is part of it. So this the Lion token. I hope it will get a comeback here. Ethereum is in there. So there's also why we do talk a bit about Ethereum here, but Ethereum is also, like, from a technical point of view, very like altcoin technical point of view, very important. And we do have some gaming tokens in there. And if you guys like gaming is, I still think, feel like a good use case for crypto, for blockchain. So I believe in gaming. I can see gaming be like a big blockchain thing going forward. Will it be billions of dollars? Doesn't need to be. I think billions of dollars is a bit weird for gaming token. I mean, maybe World of Warcraft blockchain, but games, no, they have revenue though. They have crazy revenue. So on the blockchain, sharing revenue, why not? Guys, it's been the 50th episode so far. I want to close down the week though by saying, well, it looks like we're going to close the week at about 9 cents. Maybe just below, maybe just above. I don't know exactly. The weekly candle though, it's going to most likely still be within the range of the rainbow chart. Will we be better next week? I don't know. I hope we see some resolutions regarding the Israel-Iran thing. That was also the reason why we dumped so much in the last few days. I think going back to 10 cents though is a matter of time. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. And also, don't forget to really strap in. Having said that, guys, I hope you have a beautiful last few hours of the weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Have a good one, enjoy, and bye.